Hello and welcome. As you know, I haven't been updating much on Space Engineers, but I stumbled upon this. It's the Last Stand Gamers Survival Sack, or as they call it, from Season 3. After a long time, it actually looks impressive. And yes, I actually took a liberty of bringing this here. Which got the uranium, and it does have some natural lag. And that is my good friend who I met recently. Though I did find the ship, ironically, not moving. It was not there anymore. I'm guessing from whenever last time this was saved, this was wandering and drifting. But there's one problem. There are no bottles, and I need to mine in order to construct. And to give note, I'm recording this for a reference interview. You can type because I know you don't have a microphone. And you be grinding the sip, not the hot. And yes, I do have trouble. Mostly because my internet has been lagging lately, and I'm no longer able to get PV6 or IP6 internet. The providers have dubbed my computer not worthy. Though I have found with different versions, Space Engineers has one flaw. There is one thing that makes this game very hard for every player to come by, server or multiplayer wise. The compatibility of each computer connecting to another through better internet has one critical flaw by its specs compared to another computer, and trying to compatibilize itself to another computer would have its ultimate downfall. So there is a catch. There's one mostly greatly. a while I've been seeing mods starting to die off. And I like those mods. Even the Azeroth mod pack has been told that you have to reinstall it along with previous mod packs, including the important pieces starting to disappear from blueprints, worlds, each one disappearing without warning, thus giving the cause to reinstall it. I have been hearing about that a lot, including the fact of that. And yes, sometimes my computer kind of lags out before even a recording, making it hard to record a single thing around here, including Space Engineers at the lowest graphical setting that I can put it, which I find with different cause and meaning. And since the new features does cause with great concern with me, I have to get a new motherboard in order to get this thing more active. Since I found out recently, this board I currently upgraded to has one major flaw: the supportability of IPv6. And if anyone knows what that means, you know what I mean. And I don't know why that even happens. Speed more. Now I must gather my items where I just died. Which I've been finding much problems. I just installed the speed mod in order to get faster around, but now I see it actually having a counter effect. Like that. I'm not seeing my body, or the backpack it leaves behind. Costing resource each time I even combat it. This gives meaning I must reset the game and take out that mod. Each time I even do this, it keeps on giving with more grief. So be wary about that kind of speed mod collision and conflict. Though I have subscribed to over 500 mods. Yes, I actually do that. Now where's that little mod? Ah. But I can't go with aerodynamics because of other reasons. Now let's see if I can find a replacement. Oh wait, I cannot. Each speed mod will cost me dearly of parts and pieces. And yes, I have also tried the multiplayer restore inventory thing. But I have currently read that it, yes, in it, as quote, has a functioning detector that disconnects in location within 100 kilometers of spawn to prevent players from teleporting from their inventories. Though it's just a modified, fixed version of the previous Restore Player Inventory by Space Marine. The one who fixed it was Lady Lemrich. How to pronounce it? But as it has been tagged development, I have to keep it up. But I cannot use it because I cannot use it at all. reasons, development may cause issues with the game when you're on a stable branch system, which I have been on for quite a while. But I could try putting in, but balance do have conflicts. But even for an oldest world, which I'm surprised for, does call for different acquisitions. And yes, there is a modular missiles, but I have no idea how to use it. And thanks to Sultan, now we have the zombie replacement for wolves and spiders. Which I will test soon, but heck with it, I will put it in anyways. They make it equal to the survival network of the Last Stand gamers. And change around a few settings. View distance, but it's not exactly like that. I go with 10 since it. 1, I have to keep up with my performance, and 2, it's kind of unbalanced when I have a AMD CPU and a NVIDIA video card. Sometimes it capacities itself, and sometimes it lags itself. I have to keep up with the lag, since I've upgraded to 1 to all the way to 2 gigabytes, just to keep up with the game. I disabled block limits because of major reasons. And I'll put it in the description. Though I have been looking around the workshop lately and found this. Old workshop records. I already took in pictures and updated to my cloud, making it seen by many, and the records was something like a mining defender class. Though I really like these backgrounds. Would be nice to put in our background in my computer. Makes it look more nice. And you may experience some lag during the what's anticipated halfway through the loading process. It has been a time since I last updated my Space Engineers YouTube part, but I get used to that. But there has been a few problems with the chains of the wildlife, like the spideroids and the wolves, not being changed by mods, which I have been... Oh. How may I put this right? How can I put it? Waiting. And yes, it does that part in order to convey the entire world. And I was saying, I have no idea why the spideroid's not changing to the zombies. It has been that known fact for a while, and I forgot to turn it on. How silly of me. And I've also installed the much anticipated there's the difference 2.0 Pirates and Cargo Ships mod. Let's take a look at the latest feature. Ooh, that looks like the old one. That was cute. But yet, it doesn't look like it's been improved. But I can't use it since it doesn't have much materials. Since this was long before airtight, I have to go and do the old ways, blah blah blah. But with great accoutrements, I have to keep this up. Thus, resuming mining. And not dying this time. Or lagging miserably. And yes, that actually happens. With this ironically old but still functioning mod of the weightless, less weight and mass mod. It can actually up your ability to get stuff like the large thrusters, the cargo container, making them very light. Not exactly a cheat, but one that makes you want to have more inventory to accumulate to the refine. See? The more things in, the more ways you get stuff. Including the utmost annoying having less to work with deposits. Getting more for your buck each time you get stuff. Which I really must have a grinding pit. But where to look? I could salvage the generators. But what I could want is these ones that invade. There's already invade mod implemented, but there hasn't been much lately. But what I could request for the modders to be able to create is a specific mod that will give me an exact wanting desire. Let's see, need 70 something, oh, empty. But what do I do with this? I have no need for it. So, grind. Because until I can find a way to have suitable ways and I'll resume this recording after. And we're back. I just repositioned the med bay and placed in a oxygen generator below it. Thus, including I need to find ice before I die from suffocation, as astronauts say it. And what's that in the distance? I can't quite tell. In the I have to edit it. That location, because I do not know where that is. But if we can find some possible ice, and I see a gap in the world. Yes, I said that because I heard it from Sage. Let's see, Ice, 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 ice. Yes, I without ice. With oxygen. Hey look! Asteroids! Bombing their old world! Silicon, nickel, iron, cobalt. Nope. Needs on the outside. Where is it? There's a lot of iron! A lot of iron to make a ginormous ship! Nickel. Nope. Not it. Where is it? There's uranium! Good, but not needed at this moment. Because I need ice. What's needed? Ice. And I have already looked here because this has gold. Yes, gold. Nickel. And strangely iron and uranium. But wait, I'm forgetting the most important feature about space engineers. I could try and make an oxygen farm, and try to make it that way. But that would also include sacrificing some ability to make some hydrogen. So if you're including that I found this, this was unupdated. In fact, and I think my friend, before we got rudely booted up because of Steam starting to go glitchy when it comes to space engineers, took a bit of some components with him. How shall I do this? And this was also in meaning I would have to dig my way out. But what's this? An oxygen tank. Non-conveyored. I need oxygen. This gives me a big if. What's this? What's this? Oh, an oxygen generator. Kind of silly of me for installing an oxygen generator on that. Silly me. Now to grind down all these conveyor tubes. Which now have that new update. You can tell where it's damaged and know where to fix. Anybody need the interior plates and other stuff to convey the entire thing? But how shall I connect it? Now to think. It has a limited space I'm carrying itself, but I will find that would be great. Honestly, it's gonna be a challenge. But who can pass up challenges nowadays in space engineers? Ooh, time's ticking. And I have to convey this fast. Ooh. I have a lot of stuff on me and I don't want it disappearing. I better get it into a container. Where's next? Why just do a little iffy job. So I can just, hold on, I just give it all my stuff before I do this little trick. with nothing in the inventory, it doesn't have anything to leave behind before I start doing this. And yes, let's actually do a little glitch. But first, I don't have that kind of taste for wearing a red, because I like wearing blue, because blue, my favorite color. Now to grab my things. Yes, you saw that. Season 3. No, I have not been able to find Season 4 or 5. Noted. That is. So 2 computers. And let's get those. And yes, the conveyor junction now requires interior plates. Thanks to that new update. And this. Oh. That kinda gets it down, huh? Have to sacrifice some. Just move. So I have not been able to find out why you keep dying every time you try to drill. Mod or without a mod? I have to sacrifice more. And I don't know why it keeps doing that. I don't even have the aerodynamic system on. And that's a big iffy. Why is it moving me? And yes, I may be wasting, but I have good reasons. Have to make it as least good complexity in order to get it sustaining itself. Just in case one pipe moves one pipe and another pipe goes somewhere else. Though I am quite disappointed I had to get rid of the mods that was previously installed here, because one, Sage sadly has not updated his Dead Space marker in quite a while since before update of beta. And it has been some time since good mods have been updated, like my all-time favorite, the Super Capacitor Cap mod. It's so style and sense of futurality. Now to weld all these pieces up. Darn, I need the bones. Keep getting good bones. Because if I do not hook up that oxygen tank soon, not gonna be easy to keep alive. There we go. And yes, some may call this cheating with the less mass and volume, but it has meaning. Because sometimes players find it very unconventional when it comes to convenience and functionality of survival if you don't have much room to keep up. Going back and forth in ships have crossed. Now let's see what I can do. Though I find much difference when I record and publish, since now I publish my things through Play TV. And yes, now conveyors and junctions use energy like any other machine in Space Engineers. And conveyor junctions can now be seen through inventory and, well, technically it can be seen through the one thing that you all know. The control panel! Though I really like their survival cabin, but it had been posted before oxygen was ever available to the game. It almost done. Voila. Now it's connected. Now I can restore my oxygen whenever I get low. Speaking of which, I must recharge my mod. Okay, that's getting annoying. Odd. There's supposed to be some connection. Weird. It's not working. Even though I enabled oxygen. Oh, it's in stockpile mode. I can tell from blue. When it's in stockpile, you can't extract any oxygen, and thus depletes the ice very quickly, which causes with great concern. Stockpile off. Now I can gain some oxygen. Much better. Now I can survive this rugged terrain with base minimum items. And I'm very much hating my lag. And the darn computer's logic gate interface is causing me major concerns. Now to deconstruct the rest of the set. And no, I do not mean sipping water in this vessel. I'm gonna call it Starship. Well, can't call it that because you keep hearing that word for drinking water. Might need to grind down this too, so it doesn't drift off. And when my new job appears and actually gives me a call, I will earn and save up to get a new motherboard that is compatible and gives me at least a chance on better multiplayer experience. And compatible to my new quad-core CPU. For better experience and much better playability. One that has a better internet port, and so on and so on. But I am surprised to find this. Even though I might as well admit it, I never exactly experienced myself to actually admire these ships. The older models and saved ones. Now to begin, but I hope it does not kill me again. And just to be sure, I leave the items I've gathered in here, where it be safe. I keep it again there too, and just to be in reference, before I actually die from this, I need to keep my items safe, including my tools, so I can grind them down earlier. So I can actually put in some more stuff. Now you can see why I like this mod. I get more stuff out of ore. And yes, it has a counterbalance with weight and value. It may be cheating to others, but it's kind of useful to me. It also affects the cargo containers. Also, the one who created the commercial cargo containers, please update it. I really like that mod. It has character and functionality to space engineers. And has that realism to space engineers. After all, what's a mod that has realisticness when it does have its perks? And yes, I had Digi's paint gun and I wanted to put in concrete, but I find no purpose when you're not on a planet. And yes, I actually had that habit to put in the X3 cannon. As you can see from the mod list, if I find it, here it is. The X3 heavy main battery, a good mod, and does major damage to any ship or landmass. Leaves a big crater more than 20 meters apart. Big ol'. Was it 20 to 30 meters wide, depending on blast radius and ammunition. And how many shots? It has 3 before it reloads. I don't exactly remember installing that. Oh right, I forgot to mention, the example pack has survived the update since technically Keen invented these and published them into the game. So they are okay and active in beta, since they were updated during the beta update. Also, there's this mod info panel. It kind of replaces the functionality and it goes directly onto any block, without any more hassling with other things. And I have no intent to play it. I better get my tools back. But first, since I have too many tools, I have to sacrifice them into the assembler so I can get some parts, mainly much needed materials. And yes, I have no idea how it does that. Being fast and all. And oh look! Since I have platinum already installed into the assembler, I can make these. But sadly not into it. But I'm going to need precise. And I'm going to need to rearrange my inventory. And yes, I have that certain lag whenever you encrypt anything. Now I can mine without worry. But that does give me more worry. And though they must really update their mining radius versus their expand radius, since the auto pickup ore mod still works, though it still needs to be updated regularly on the daily basis of each mod update to update of beta. Though I really do need to find ice, and I'm starting to get low on oxygen. The sooner the better I find some much needed items and owned ore to keep myself alive. Had to go solo in order to get enough money before I go with friends and other companions, before I actually update myself to get enough time before the next Origins of the SFM Survival Fleet Maker, my group and faction. The next recording shall be based on a story where my friend Ace has whipped up a story and a prologue, dialogue, and script to go with it. The main base, short term of it, 3 fleets, home fleet, pirate fleet, alien fleet, in a big battle royale over an Earth-like planet. Where one vessel must leave the battle before the fleet sustains too much heavy damage. During the battle, the flagship, which still has to be named, which I want to call it the USG Gruesome, compared to the armaments I created onto the design where I had to literally build the hull from scratch. I had to build it all by myself. But the mods I had to put onto it were extensive, including its power core, the smallest of its kind. I had to make it rotating onto a single advanced rotor. Since the reactors were small, I had to conveyor it and put it onto a small rotor head. didn't come with concerns, but I went along with it just to get on with my part of the survival. If it ever gone down, it would take a few sips with it. When it's installed and fitted with a how can I get this right? A seal generator if it's still updated. And once I'm done recording, I will paste the two pieces together and put something in the comments. Well, that would be the description bar below. Oops. So that's a lot. Onward to home, but I had to mark a GPS onto it so I don't get lost. I could put in a beacon, but may cause a lot more trouble than it's worth. Because I found out recently if there's something nearby, it will catch whiff of it. I could install the invaders mod, but that will invoke them. And I must make that hole bigger in order to fit another sip. Or have it bark inside. Though I really must install another reactor. Though I must admit, the balance of graphics and texture does come back with any other graphics card that is not exactly precisely recommended by the provider of and creator of game and workshop or store page. I only have a EVGA NVIDIA GT 710 graphics card in my machine. It has the 2 gigabytes and 192 code cores required for Space Engineers to its fullest, but it has texture performance issue, thus causing with my concern. It does have my concern. And I will pause it just to go and use something useful, like the bedroom. And I must really put the drill into the container before I use my restroom break. There. Now when I pass out, I will not die easily without doing anything. And I will put it there. And I am back. How much oxygen have I lost? And it's steadily slow. That's good. That means I don't die any faster. But I do need to gather the oxygen I require. Thus, and I still wondering what these buttons do. turn that one off. Lights and assembler. That makes more sense. And if anyone is wondering, I now have an added to the TV's stream broadcast system and yada 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 and so on and so on. I have now a Twitch account. And yes, I do have a Twitter since I had to do that. Just get with other things in order to comply. Let's move this to here and have other stuff applied in. Like much needed uranium for reactors, which I should make some. And hopefully get them conveyed into and onto anything. And the hitbox and build and keeping alive part of the medical bay is quite concerning, since having problems trying to invoke anything, and yes, I have had problems trying to install the oxygen generator below it, where I had 2 collision boxes where it can stay stationed to have the oxygen generator installed. And suddenly I must sacrifice more of this space in order to collide with more space, like I have seen in the previous, exactly, the episodes of the Last Stand Gamers. And if the one who's maintaining the Earthbreaker drill, please update it for this version of Jerkham 1.172. I put in points because it's almost reaching to its designated 1.2. Though I really want to replace this some other time, but this was once a prop for many things. Now where has those windows gone? Ah, bulletproof grass. And girder, where's girder? Nope, no girder. I have to make some. Let's see, large groups. Windows. Ah. Inverted. Yes. One of those, please. And yes, since the girder is now easier to recognize, though it has been quite a while before, and I'm still surprised this is still happening. Yes, this, I don't know why. There's the Vexel hands. I don't know if that's a glitch or something else. And thus I must regain my tools. I also need to grind on this. Because I did like that, but kind of redundant now since I'll be upgrading this. No offense to the Last Stand Gamers, but I do need to find ways to keep up to date. Though even without the so many mods, I do find conflicting graphic improvements combating performance of quality and speed of the graphics card installed in thy computer. It does prove with many problems. And I need nickel, which I already grabbed some before leaving the asteroids. And yes, I need to get rid of the animation interaction, since it does prove with difficulty within each time. Silver. Much needed to make bottles, which I need to make some. A lot of them. But platinum I have not discovered yet. Now for cobalt. Cobalt. The texture and color has been changed since before the update to beta. Though iron has not changed its color, and that is quite good. If it did, there'd be problems. Lots of problems. Since in recognition of said thing, you need to keep up. There we go. And yes, I like these doors. They look nice. In fact, I will make one. But first, start building my little hut. A room actually. Hang on. I need these too. Because I'm going to make the whole bunker thing. But hate it when I die accidentally from grinding things to death. Or was it just all the speed mod trouble on certain mods? Because there has been quite a number of complaints about mods killing them by just mining. So much necessary ore, and it looks like the collision blocks to place things in has changed. Though this is recorded before the almost yet here. HUD system, as I heard from the update video. Yes, I'm taking much risk before that part. Oh, this. A very odd and strange new mod. And it looks like it could replace the nanites, the build and repair system. Well, technically nanobot, building better, building, technically it's like the nanites, but more inductive. I did change the highlight thanks to a certain mod. Though the speed mods have been combating with the system lately, which causes with great concern, and I will use this kind of method now. And if I die, I'll inform them with this video that dying from just drilling. Though this asteroid is comprised mostly, I mean almost entirely, out of iron. And not figuratively, too. This asteroid is almost 100% made of iron ore. And I have to wrap this up, and I will give you another review later on if I can. That is all, and please like this or have a different review posted in the comments below. Thank you, and have a nice day. And have you watch next time if you can.